You guys know my motto. If I see a basketball in the hoop or a piano, I got to do my thing. All right, give me an assist. 5, 4, 3, 2. Rise and grind, folks. Guys, I am on the way to. This is an existing customer. I looked at the notes. We came out here like 3 years ago for, I believe, an AC maintenance. This customer has a gas furnace, or the landlord has a gas furnace. He called last night and said that the tenant called and said that the furnace stopped working. They tried resetting the switch and it still didn't work. But guys, I looked at our records. Nothing on our end was done, but let's go take a look. I'll see y'all when I get inside. All right, guys. This is 90% Ducane furnace. I'm not seeing the red LED light. My switch is on at the top of the stairs. And my switch is on here. Let me open the doors and see what's going on. Alright. My inducer is running. Now here's one. Guys, that thermostat up there is set to 72 and it's at 50 degrees, and that's a non-programmable thermostat upstairs. And according to the tenant, this unit has been off for the past couple of days. But the good thing about these Outlaw Air Linux Ducane furnaces, you can see, even if it's currently working, we can see the last 10 system faults. So this helps us out in this scenario. So right now, running. One slow blink, what does that mean? Continue, rapid flash, call for heat. Now I think if you press it, I know if you hold it, that's when you erase it. Let me see something real quick. And to recall, press and release. Most recent will be displayed for 3 seconds. And error code is displayed. To clear, to press and hold longer than 5 seconds. Alright. Alright, guys. Look at this. If you just press it, you don't have to hold it. If you hold this more than 5 seconds, this is how you erase the last 10 system events. But if you just press it, it should blink fast, and this will let you know what's going on. But I don't have any system events. You see this full heartbeat? That's normal heat operation. So I have to go off for visual right now. And one thing I can see is this thing is definitely clogged. Let me take this out. I'll be back. This will definitely do it. All right. I'm going to recommend maintenance here, guys. Let me call the landlord real quick. I'll be right back. Hey guys, I just spoke with the landlord and they want to get the maintenance done. But You guys know my motto. If I see a basketball in the hoop or a piano, I got to do my thing. All right, give me an assist. 5, 4, 3, 2. Butter for the bread. All right, guys. Let's get to it here. I just spoke with the tenant. They just moved in a few months ago. But what's weird is that he has another filter right here. But I'm going to show the tenant how to replace this. But let me get another rag. Guys, I'll be right back. Real quick before I start, the landlord goes, yeah, can you give me a better price? I use you guys all the time. I'm like, dude, you haven't called us in like 3 years. What do you mean? You use us all the time. Gosh, look, I'm at the point where all this is entertainment, but we haven't been here in a while. But I think, like I said, this customer's programmed to always say, hey, I use you guys all the time. I'm like, bro, I looked at our records. We haven't been out here since like 2022. But the landlord wants to get this done. But guys, what I'm going to do is open this burner door up here. I want to take a look at my flame sensor. I'll be right back. And once again, this is 2020. I think it's a 5-year-old, 92%. Where's the model number right here? It's a 92, 1720. Yes, this is about 5 years old. It still looks good, but once again, the landlord never got maintenance done, so the only time we see this is when after something breaks. But nonetheless, flame sensor could use some cleaning. But one thing I'm going to bring up, and you guys seen this video from, I believe, last year, when you improperly size a furnace, meaning if you didn't know how many BTUs are needed for a residence, and you say, you know what, 120,000 BTUs is nominal. If you grossly oversize a furnace, so instead of this furnace being 90,000 BTU, let's say you put in a 150. For one, it may not work properly because you have to align the ductwork to the airflow of the furnace. I repeat, you have to align and size your ductwork out due to the CFM of your furnace or air handler. If you don't know how much air you have to move and you randomly put in ductwork, if the ductwork is too small, for one, you're not going to have adequate comfort upstairs. It's going to be too hot in the summer and too cold in the winter. And two, this furnace is going to sound like a rocket when it runs. Perfect analogy, think about an elephant trying to drink water through a straw. It's not going to work. Big straw, big elephant, it works. But guys, I had an estimate about a year ago, and that furnace is oversized. That was the furnace that was shooting flames out the burners, and we had to red tag that furnace, and we recommend replacing it. Now, the issue wasn't with the heat exchanger. The issue was with the furnace being oversized, which cracked the heat exchanger. The heat exchanger definitely had a hole in it, but that wasn't a normal wear and tear. I think that one was a Ducane furnace as well. That was like a under 5-year-old Ducane unit, and knock on wood, I mean, defects do happen with brand new equipment, but I mean, if you properly size heating and AC equipment, you get adequate runtime. You're not going to have excessive runtime, and you're not going to have airflow problems like you typically would with oversized heating and oversized AC equipment. With that being said, this is our LGPS. Being that this tenant has propane here, and they got the sticker on here, which is cool. But all right, guys, let's clean the sensor, and we're going to check this igniter. I'll be right back. All right, this is a 9-day difference. Cool. All right, let me get this fastened in, and let's check our igniter. I'll be back. All right, 49 ohms, which is great. And yeah, guys, in regards to what was going on, it wasn't blinking when I got here. I don't know what's going on, but I'm pretty sure it's a good chance that this unit did turn off on limit. And if the limit doesn't remake within like, what, an hour or two. I know some manufacturers could make their limit switch settings different, but if the limit switch doesn't close within a predetermined time, it's going to throw a different error, which is going to lock out the burners, and the fan is going to run and blow cold air to alert the customer that something's going on. So yeah, but guys, this week has been the week of intimate issues. I don't know what's going on, but we don't complain, guys. We just figure it out as we go along. But I got my brand new filter in, and now what I'm going to do is, let me see what I got. I want to test my inducer for inches of water column. Let me put the door back on. I'll be right back. What do we need? We need a 0.65. We need a 0.65 to close the switch. Nice. See that? 0.3, 0.7. This is definitely more than enough. Cool. Well, all right, guys. We know that our inducer motor is strong enough to handle the task. And the tenant just came down. I spoke with him on how to replace the filter. But let me turn this off. Let me put the hose back on. I'll be right back. Everything's firing up. I gotta go up to the thermostat. I want to make sure this unit cycles off and on at least 1 or 2 more times. But yeah, there you have it. No heat call, found dirty filter. I showed the tenant how to replace the filter. We also did a maintenance, so everybody's happy. The tenant will have heat. Also, I got a chance to work on my jump shot for once in the wintertime. But guys, I gotta roll to the next call. There you have it. Peace out. I'll see you guys on the next one. Peace.